I am 92 years old. I've outlived my wife, I've outlived my friends, I've outlived my enemies, and I've outlived the version of myself who once cared what others thought of me. I stand now at the very edge of the cliff. I can see the bottom. And before I fall, I need to turn back to you, those still at the party, and tell you what I see. Because you are living a lie. You walk around with this arrogant, comfortable delusion that time is on your side. You treat your days like they're cheap, like you have an endless supply stashed away. So let me tell you, you are bankrupt. We are all going to die. You know this in your mind, but you don't know it. You don't feel the cold blade of that truth pressed against your throat. If you did, you wouldn't be living the way you are. Clears throat. So let me tell you about a man named Jack. It was 1968. Jack was my best friend. He was smarter than me, better looking than me, richer than me. He was a shark. One night we were celebrating a massive deal he'd just closed. He leaned back in his leather chair, cigar in hand, and said to me, "Frank, 5 more years. That's the plan. I grind for 5 more years, hit my number, then I'm done. Then I take Mary to Italy. Then I learn to paint. Then I start living." Jack had a roadmap. 3 days later, Jack walked out of his office, clutched his chest, and hit the pavement before he even knew he was falling. Massive heart attack. He was 42. He never saw Italy. He never painted a single stroke. I stood over his casket. And the tragedy wasn't that Jack died. We all die. The tragedy was that Jack spent his entire life waiting to live. He treated his existence like a waiting room for a future that never came. And the cruelest part? I went to his office a week later to clear out his desk. His calendar was packed for months. His inbox was overflowing with urgent messages. The world didn't stop because Jack died. His company replaced him in 2 weeks. His clients forgot his name in a year. And right now, looking at you, I see Jack. You're telling yourself the same lie. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll take the trip when the kids are older. I'll forgive my brother when he apologizes. Let me give you a hard truth from a 92-year-old man. There is no later. There is only now. And if you're trading your now for a later that isn't promised, you're making the worst bet in history. Let's talk about your stuff. I look at your generation, obsessed with accumulation. You buy things you don't need, with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even like. I live in a small room now. I have a bed, I have a chair, I have a picture of my wife. I used to have a big house, luxury cars, a garage full of toys. And I'm telling you, with the absolute clarity of the end game, it's all garbage. I've been to a lot of funerals. Never once have I seen a U-Haul trailing a hearse. When you die, your kids will hire a stranger to throw 90% of your precious things into a dumpster. The other 10%? Sold at a yard sale for pennies. That's the sum of your materialism. Future trash. So why are you selling yourself short to buy it? Why are you working 60 hours a week, missing your daughter's childhood, to pay for a car that sits in traffic? It's madness. And you won't realize it's madness until you're sitting where I am. And by then, it's too late to return the merchandise. Let me tell you about the big victory. It was 1979. I won Businessman of the Year in my city, black tie banquet. I walked up to the podium, people applauded. I felt like a god. I felt like I'd won the game. I went home that night, trophy in hand. My house was dark, my wife, Eleanor, was asleep, my kids were asleep. I sat alone at the kitchen table drinking scotch, staring at that piece of glass, and I realized the applause had stopped. The people at that dinner didn't care about me. They cared about what I could do for them. And the people upstairs, the ones who actually loved me, I'd neglected them for months to win that trophy. I missed my son's varsity games to stay late at the office. I missed my anniversary dinner to close a merger. And for what? That trophy is in a box in some basement now. I don't even know where. But the memory of my wife's sad eyes when I told her I couldn't make it to dinner, That's right here. That stays. You think your career is your legacy. It's not. It's a transaction. You're selling the hours of your life, hours you'll never get back, to build someone else's castle. If you dropped dead today, your job would be posted online before your obituary. Do not worship at the altar of your career. It will not love you back. It will not hold your hand when the lights go out. So, what does matter? If the money is fake, the career is a trap, and the stuff is garbage, what's left? I'll tell you. The only things you get to keep are the things you gave away. The love, the time, the connection. Sighs. I sit here in this chair and I don't replay my business deals. I replay the Sunday mornings with Eleanor. I replay the sound of my daughter laughing when she was 3. I replay the time I helped a stranger push his car out of a snowbank. That is the only wealth there is. So here's my challenge to you. Here's the no BS strategy for the rest of your life. Number 1, kill your ego. You're so terrified of looking foolish. You don't take the risk. You don't start the business. You don't ask the girl out. Why? Because you're afraid of what they'll think. Let me liberate you. Nobody is watching you. They're too busy worrying about themselves. You're the main character only in your own head. To everyone else, you're background noise. Stop letting your fear of judgment paralyze you. Their judgment will rot in the ground right next to them. Number 2, practice the last time. This is a stoic technique, and it will change your life. Every time you do something, anything, remind yourself. One day, you will do it for the last time. One day, you will pick up your child for the last time. One day, you will kiss your spouse for the last time. One day, you will drink a cup of coffee for the last time. You don't know when that day is. It could be 10 years from now. It could be today. If you live with that knowledge, you will never take a moment for granted again. You will savor the coffee. You will hold the hug a little longer. Number 3, wake up. I'm 92. My back hurts. My eyes are dim. But you? You have the golden ticket. You have your health. You have your youth. And you're spending it scrolling through a phone. You're numbing yourself. Stop. Go outside. Feel the wind. Look at the sky. Call your mother. Forgive your enemy. Not for them, but because you don't have time to carry the weight of hate anymore. We are all going to die. It's the only guarantee we have. But most people, they never actually live. They just exist. They stay safe. They stay comfortable. And then they expire. Don't be like Jack. Don't wait for the 5-year plan. Eat the good food. Buy the plane ticket. Say, I love you first, because the clock is ticking. Can you hear it? That's the sound of your life running out. Don't let it run out empty. I'm tired now. Go live.